Hi everyone, my name is Prabhat and welcome to my channel. So today we'll talk about the function VLOOKUP. So let's move into the definition part of the VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP is nothing but is an Excel function to look up data in a table organized vertically. So VLOOKUP offers approximate and exact matching and wildcards for the partial matches. So while using the VLOOKUP, your lookup value should be the leftmost column of the table. So VLOOKUP accepts four arguments. One is lookup value and table array, then column index number, then range lookup. Lookup value is nothing but which value you are going to look for. And table array nothing but which table or range to look in. And column index number nothing but column numbers of the value to return. And range lookup finally is your approximate match or exact match, either you can say true or false. So before getting into the example part, so I am telling you one thing about VLOOKUP. So there will be scenario when you like to go for using the VLOOKUP. There will be multiple scenario will come across while working in the real data. So probably you do have an employee database having the set of the employee ID, employee name, CTC, and their gender, and probably if you would like to retrieve few information of specific employee, suppose your manager is giving specific employee ID, hey, go for some information for me. So at that time you can apply the VLOOKUP, get the quick information. So let's start and get into the example one. So in example 1, I do have a setup table having the employee ID and first name, last name, email and department, and I would like to search the email ID for that particular ID. So starting with the first VLOOKUP, how we can use, starting a formula, always you remember we can use the equal symbol, then you can start writing VLOOKUP and probably press the tab key to get it filled with the function full name. So then probably you can go select your lookup value. Lookup value nothing but at C2. I'm looking for this ID. So then comma. Then I'm going for the table array next argument. So table array nothing but the range I'm looking for. So I'm selecting that entire range V4 to F12. So in that range I'm looking. This is my table area. So then my column index nothing but which column I am looking at. So column I am looking at fourth column. So email. So let's put that and comma and range lookup. I am always going for the exact measure. So I need the exact value of that. So I'm pressing 0. Either you can put 0 or false. This one also you can apply. So I am closing the bracket for the moment and pressing enter. I am getting for ID 868, the email ID I retrieve. So if I'm going to change another ID, so I'll get that information also. So this is the simple uses of VLOOKUP, and probably I will take you in the VLOOKUP table also. And please make ensure while applying the VLOOKUP, always try to fix that table array, nothing but your range of the table where you're looking the information, that has to be fixed. So that is most important thing. I'm escaping out. So I'm showing one below example. I'm looking for the last name. I'm applying the VLOOKUP with the lookup ID and I'm searching in the table. So I'm searching the last name. Last name is at column 3. So I'm giving the column 3, comma 0. This exact match. So I'm searching it. So I'm pressing that Control D. So 822 I am not able to search. So why I am not able to search? So we need to find out that first. Though going to F2 column, pressing that V14 and V5 to F6. So because my range is not selected here properly, so I have to select F12 probably. So enter table was not selected earlier, now it's got selected. So column looking column 3, then pressing and I'm pressing Ctrl D. So here I'm getting the NA. The reason is my table array is getting adjusted here. If you look at here, I'm pressing F2. So you can see it's slipped. It's from B17 to F14. So that's the reason I'm not able to find the ID 842. So if that I need to fix, I have to fix the table array here. So table array how to fix? So press F2 key and you select the tabular area V5 to F12, then probably fix that. You can lock it by using F4 key, then press enter, then probably you can drag this. Now I am good to go. So that is the main important why I am keep us telling you to fix that. Always tabular has to be at absolute reference, that has to be locked completely. So some scenario you'll face this kind of scenario otherwise. So that's all about the first example. I'm moving into the next example. Next example, I would like to talk about VLOOKUP for the multiple columns at one go. So I do have a bunch of columns to be filled. So using VLOOKUP, I can get the information, but I need to apply for the other columns also at one time. So basically, if the task is given, I think I can use, I'm the initial user of the VLOOKUP. What I'll do, I'll select that one and I'm selecting lookup value, my table array. So I'm selecting Control Shift right arrow down arrow, then comma, then getting the first name is column 2, then comma, I need the exact match. So closing the bracket, I'm getting the this one now, the first name. So probably I would like to apply the other columns. So I have to copy this formula and I have to paste across the cell. So then what I have to do, I have to go manually changing this column index number. So instead of 2, I have to make it manually 3. So enter, then I'm going there. So I'm going again for that. So I'm changing the column index 4. So again I'm going to this department, column index 5. So probably once I get this, I can copy this formula across. So pressing Ctrl D, so I'm getting the result. So I don't want to struggle for that. Suppose let's say we have 50 columns to update at one go. So that is not the right approach at the time. But this is the way you can do. But the more efficient way I will teach you today. So let's erase everything now. From this I'm deleting now for the moment. So I'm deleting this. So here basically if you look at and your first name, so what I need to change here, so you have to look at. So here basically you need to fix the ID. In the ID you have to log only the column, not row. So by doing that you have to press F4 and I have to keep only the column locked, B. So this one table array I need to fix completely that table, and column index only I need to make the dynamic. So for that I need to use one columns function. What does columns function do? I will tell you that. So if I am writing the column function here, so 1 minute. So I'm writing a columns function. So what columns does? Columns basically returns number of columns in an array or reference. So I'm starting columns function. I'm selecting J2K. This will give me two only. So reason is this column I've selected from J2K. It's a 2 columns. Column count it takes from the starting position. So one same thing I have to implement here. So I have to use the columns function here, and I have to, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I have to use the columns function here. So columns, so I have to select this to this. So I'm closing the bracket. So I have to fix here column B here. So basically I have to fix that. So what it will do? So now this everything is set for me now. So if you look at here, I have logged the column lookup value, column name, table array I logged entire table. In columns function I logged starting column only, so B column. So probably I left out C column. The reason behind, while I'm moving, I'm copying, write this formula, it is to again once formula will copy to the column on D6, so it will be B10 to A10, so it will be column 3 by default. So let me apply this formula now, selecting the entire things, then control D, control R, control D, copy down the formula, control L, copy right the formula. So if you look at here, I'll tell you little bit example. So how does columns works actually? So columns, if you look at how to debug, means you have to select the entire things in columns and press F9 key on your keyboard. So this is nothing but my result. So instead of column 3, that columns function is giving this number for me. So that is the how dynamic you can make your column index number. So next we'll move to the example 3. So here I'll teach you the how you can VLOOKUP with wildcards. So lookup table I do have another thing with full text string, and soft text string I do have the first name. So here I cannot get the department number using the table which is under soft text string. So if you apply the VLOOKUP here, so your lookup value, then my table array, then column index I'm looking column 2, then comma 0, I will not get any result here. So because why it's not matching, that lookup value, it's not matching in the both the table. So I have to put here asterisk symbol at the both the lookup table end. So probably it will give you the result. So putting the asterisk symbol, then I am applying the AND operator. So and finally in the I11 AND operator again, and AND operator and asterisk symbol. So enter. So I am getting here the result. So control D. So without matching the lookup value, so we can get the information by using this. This is called as a partial lookup of the table. So moving into the next example, example 4, and this is, I'll teach you use the VLOOKUP instead of nested if. So there will be a scenario here, your employee and sales, and you want to calculate the incentive percentage. Suppose you have provided the given criteria. If the sales range is less than 10,000, hey, go for the 0%. I'm not going to pay any incentive. So if 10,000, 20,000, I have to pay 1% incentive. 20,000 to 30,000, 2%. 30,000, 40,000, 4%. 40,000 to 50,000, 5%. 50,000, 60,000, 6%, and 60,000 above, I would like to pay 7.50% of the sales amount. So in this scenario, most of the 80% of Excel user will go for the if condition. So they will apply the if, and they'll put the criteria. If my sales less than 10,000, then I'll go for the 0%. So let me copy all these things, twice or thrice. Okay, so I'm changing. If it is a 20,000, pay me 1%. If it is 30,000, and get it for me, so 4%. This is 2%, sorry. And if it's 40%, and it's 4%. So I'll put another criteria. So if it is a 50%, 50,000, and I have to give for the 5%. So if less than equal to 60,000, 60,000, I have to go for nothing but that 6%. If none of criteria matching, I have to go for 7.50, that is beyond the 60,000. So I have to close the bracket. How many? If I open, I have to close that. So press enter. So sorry, here one comma is missing, then enter. So let me drag this formula. So this is by using if condition, probably you can get the incentive percentage against the each cells given the criteria provided to you. So probably this is the one way, but it's not efficient way I can see to get the things done. So for using the VLOOKUP, I need to set up the criteria here as such. So first amount is 0 to 10,000, it's 0%. So this first criteria, what will go? This will go starting from 0 and all the way up to, and it's not include 10,000. So next criteria, it will look for the 10,000 and all the way up to, and it does not include 20,000. So this, your table has to be designed that way for applying the VLOOKUP, and this table has to be sorted from smallest to largest. If you put the 60,000 again and 7.5.0, so it does not work. So this is the way how you can put the table. Sorry. So now the table is ready for me, so I can probably go for applying my formula. So VLOOKUP, then lookup by value will be minus cells. By cells amount I need to look. So my table is this. So I am going to fix that. So pressing F4 key. So I'm locking the table. Then a column index, by default it will be 2, and I'm going for the here approximate match. I'm not going for the exact match. So either true or 1. So enter. Let me little bit. Sorry. So here if you can see, I'm using the VLOOKUP. I am getting the same result. Sorry. If I'll drag this formula now, so I'm getting the same result which I got using the if condition. So you can say I'm getting the same result. So this is the simple VLOOKUP I used here. You can show you. And here is the another formula if condition I used to get these things done. So I think this is the very efficient way of doing using the VLOOKUP. I hope you find this session useful, and thanks for watching my channel, and we'll see you next video.